The tech industry in India has been on a crazy ride over the past few decades. From call centers and IT outsourcing to cutting-edge AI, startups, and even now making iPhones. This transformation has been nothing short of incredible. But how did we get here? And where is India's tech scene headed next? Let's break it down in this video. Now, back in the 80s, India wasn't exactly known for tech. In fact, most of the economy revolved around agriculture and manufacturing, and computers, well, they were just starting to make their way into offices. But something big was brewing behind the scenes. And in 1986, the Indian government launched ONET, a project that connected top universities and research centers in the country. This was basically India's first real taste of the internet. But then came the big turning point. In 1991, India was in an economic crisis. So the government had to make some pretty bold moves. So they opened up the economy, invited foreign investments, and cut a lot of red tape. And just like that, global companies started looking at India as a potential tech hub. This was the spark that set everything in motion. Now, throughout the 90s, companies like Mphasis, Wipro, and TCS started making waves in the IT services sector. They helped businesses in the US and Europe with software development, customer support, and IT management. And because Indian engineers were just as skilled but way more affordable, global businesses jumped on board. And that's how Bangalore, once a quiet green city, became the Silicon Valley of India. But with growth came challenges. If you've ever been stuck in Bangalore traffic, you know what I mean. Fast forward to today, and India isn't just about IT outsourcing anymore. No, the startup scene has exploded. I mean, we're talking fintech, edtech, health tech, you name it. India now has over 100 unicorn startups, billion-dollar companies, and the country is one of the top 3 startup ecosystems in the world. Pretty wild, right? Take Flipkart, for example. It went from a small e-commerce startup to getting bought by Walmart for a whopping $16 billion. Or Paytm, which made digital payments a way of life in India. Even BYJU'S, the edtech giant, is shaking up the way students learn. But here's something even crazier. Tech manufacturing. This is now shifting to India. Very recently, Apple is now making iPhones there, and Samsung has its biggest phone factory in Noida. And companies are now moving production out of China into India. This is huge because it means India isn't just a software powerhouse anymore. It's becoming a hardware hub too. And the numbers, well, they back it up. India's tech industry recently crossed $200 billion in revenue, and experts say it could hit $500 billion by 2030. That's a real leap for where India started. But of course, it's not all sunshine and unicorn startups. With rapid growth comes some real problems, like traffic pollution and a digital divide where some people do have access to cutting-edge tech, while others are still struggling with basic internet. The good news? The government isn't slowing down. They're working with the private sector on solutions, like the Digital India Initiative that is pushing for better internet access everywhere across the country. There's also a real big push for artificial intelligence and STEM education for the next generation to get ready for bigger things to come. So what's next for India? Is it AI? Is it blockchain? Is it deep tech? Well, India's just getting started. If things keep moving at this pace, we could see India not just being a tech hub, but a global leader in innovation. But I want to hear from you. Do you think India is on track to be the next Silicon Valley of the world? Or is it simply because US and European companies are taking advantage of the affordable labor costs in India? We'll never know. You guys tell me. Until next time, I'll see you soon. Ta-da.